When it comes to the Hulk, we all think we know him pretty well, right? Bruce Banner gets angry and he transforms into a giant green rage monster, hell-bent on destroying everything in sight. In his fury, his power only gets stronger. But what about all the other powers that lie underneath all that smashing? Turns out, Hulk has quite a few tricks up his sleeve that go beyond ultimate destruction. We're gonna talk about the weird, the lesser known, and the misconcepted here with this green gladiator. But first, why not smash your way over to the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the awesome content coming out of CBR. Insane lung capacity. What do you think of when you hear the word Hulk? Chances are Smash follows suit. But Hulk is so much more than that, and the Avengers will be happy to have such a versatile member on their team, especially considering Thanos is lurking in the MCU these days. It seems the MCU has been diving into the cosmos more and more, and will likely see a lot more space action come Ragnarok and the Infinity War. Speaking of Ragnarok, just how did the Hulk make his way into space and survive? Well, that'd be a testament to the Hulk's super lung capacity. See, Hulk still needs oxygen to breathe, but he's able to hold his breath for a really long time. So long that going up into space without any kind of gear isn't a problem for him. That might be a handy trick when going on a galactic road trip with his buddy Thor, or while battling the Mad Titan. That power also allows the Hulk to breathe underwater for extended periods of time. This gives a certain edge over most of his other superhero counterparts, who would definitely find themselves in dire straits without the proper equipment.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Great healthcare coverage. We all know the Hulk can take some damage. On top of being insanely strong, the gamma-radiating green guy is also bulletproof. But Hulk's defense stats go well beyond making sure flimsy bullets don't hurt him. Remember in Avengers when the fighter jet tried shooting the Hulk? Not a good idea, as Tony would say. We all make mistakes. When Bruce Banner injected himself with the failed super serum, he unlocked the power to turn into the Hulk. But the radiation also did something else to his body. The high amount of radiation caused his body to mutate genetically to the point where illnesses and diseases have no effect on him. So, while something like cancer may take the lives of such heroes like Black Canary from DC and Captain Marvel, the Hulk never has to worry about contracting such life-threatening illnesses ever. Lucky guy. This would definitely make Hulk a worthy candidate for not only deep space travel, where fear of unknown agents would be a serious concern, but would make him an ideal candidate for some post-apocalyptic settings where everything is gone. For more on Hulk's regeneration and wastelands, check out Old Man Logan. Mind game proof. What's the one thing Magneto got right in his preparations? Finding out a way to ensure that Charles Xavier couldn't get into his mind. He did this by putting on his trademark helmet, which prevented Professor X's telekinesis powers from entering Magneto's mind. But what if you could use those powers of telekinesis to control the Hulk to do some pretty terrible things? A devastating wrecking machine under the control of a tyrannical villain definitely doesn't sound like anyone's cup of tea. Thankfully, the Hulk is ready for that. Like Magneto, he's able to ensure that no one enters his mind. Only the Hulk doesn't need some flimsy helmet to do it. He's naturally gifted with the ability to protect himself from such powers. We're not sure if this protection is due to Hulk having a one-track destructive mind while in green mode, or that there's technically two minds clashing around up there. Hulk thankfully has a protective layer that ensures he remains his own guy. It'll be curious to see what Thanos can do with the Mind Stone against the Hulk though. Loki ultimately had a similar plan using the staff in the first Avengers film, but with the gauntlet, could Thanos unleash the Hulk against his team members? Let us know.
He's also a huge dork. Chicks dig that.
Super healing. Remember how we said the Hulk is impervious to diseases and other forms of illnesses that would put most superheroes in hospital? Well, Hulk's insane mutation in his body goes beyond shielding his body from any pathogens. It actually has the potential to heal his body, not unlike Wolverine, X-23, or Deadpool. Healing seems to be a factor that's closely associated with those X-Men universe characters, but many forget that the green giant rage monster does have a similar ability. So let's say that someone does get the better of the Hulk and inflict some major damage on him. They'd quickly find out the hard way that the Hulk can heal any wounds that were inflicted on him, and he'd be a lot angrier than he was prior to receiving them. How's that for a combination? Hulk can actually heal himself in a matter of seconds, so he's right back in the fight before anyone even knew there was an injury. In Incredible Hulk number 358, Hulk literally loses all of his skin thanks to Dale Keown. Ouch! 3 panels later though, he's actually regrown all of his skin. Who do you think has the better healing power, Hulk or Wolverine? Sound off below.
Thank thank you.
Unlimited power. Settle down, we know you know that the Hulk is strong. Super strong, in fact, to the point of being one of the strongest heroes in the MCU strength-wise. But we're going to go beyond the fact that the Hulk is a certified smashing expert. Let's say you're at the gym and you're doing an amazing workout. No matter how strong you are, at some point you're going to tire out and call it a day. It's just how we are. We only have so much strength to go around before we need to rest and recover.
Right. Different rules for us. Nice guy. Artificial.
Despite the fact that he's constantly in motion when in a rage, the Hulk can literally go on forever in theory. We know that anger only makes him stronger, adding fuel to the fire, so to speak. But even in his most relaxed state, the Hulk is terrifyingly strong. But since he gets stronger with anger, it's possible that the Hulk can just continue to get angrier and angrier without a ceiling cap on his power. In Secret Wars, he actually had a mountain range dropped on him, weighing about 150 million tons. But that didn't stop the Hulk.
You're a walking green screen. I can erase you no problem and pop in our star.
Hooray for Hollywood.
Creating other Hulks. Okay, so he can't exactly do this one whenever he wants. This isn't as simple as getting angry and transforming into the Hulk, but our favorite green smasher actually has the conditional ability to turn other people into like-minded smashers. And no, we're not talking about making Hulk babies. Seeing as how the Hulk was created by and is infused with a rather large level of gamma radiation, he benefits from having certain perks that other beings don't. That radiation swims around in his bloodstream, so should someone ever get a blood transfusion from Banner or find themselves exposed to his blood in some capacity, the recipient will find themselves with a new set of abilities. It's in this exact manner that She-Hulk came into being. Jennifer Walters was Bruce Banner's cousin, and she found herself gravely injured. The only way for her to be saved in the Savage She-Hulk #1 was to get a blood transfusion from Banner. The procedure saved her life, but it also turned her into another Hulk-like being. But just because Banner is the originator does not guarantee him an instant alliance. With the upcoming Thor Ragnarok pulling elements from Planet Hulk, do you think we'll see another Hulk in that film? World record jump. One of the coolest abilities that the Hulk likes to utilize is his ability to jump. No, we don't mean hopping around from building to building. Plenty of heroes can do that. No, we mean jump in the sense that space is the destination. Thanks to the Hulk's insane level of strength, Hulk was able to do some impressive things. We commonly associate his strength with his arms. I mean, look at them. Always smashing and throwing things, Hulk definitely knows how to cause a scene. But his legs are just as strong and are capable of launching him into jumps that seem to go on and on. Hulk initially began running and jumping, crossing huge distances in a matter of minutes. It wasn't long that jumping from one continent to another became a reality for the Hulk. Imagine just jumping across the ocean. Goodbye airport security. If he really wanted to, jumping out of the atmosphere is totally a possibility for the Hulk too, because why not reach for the stars? When coming down from one of those high altitude jumps, Hulk can also inflict massive amounts of damage, just for good measure. Combined with Thunderclap, and Hulk can definitely inflict some damage.
I'm exposed. Like a nerve.
Dimensionals and projections. If jumping across the planet and into space wasn't impressive enough, Hulk can actually venture off into a place you might not have imagined. Why bother going to space when you can visit another dimension? When the Hulk smashes, it's usually cars, buildings, or military property that seem to take the brunt of the damage. We're totally okay with Hulk using some car doors as weapons, but his smashing ability is so much more than barbaric destruction. Hulk is so strong that he can literally smash through reality and into another dimension. Hulk doesn't use this power often, but it's there if he ever needs it. He once entered another dimension and met Jarella, with whom he fell in love with. On the topic of going to other places that are beyond our comprehension, the Hulk has another unusual ability that ties into the fabrics of reality. He can see astral projections. That means when Doctor Strange decides to leave his body and float around as one of those ghosts, the Hulk will actually be able to see him. Banner's subconscious feared that the ghost of his father would come back and haunt him, so the Hulk in turn developed a mechanism to look out for such ghostly encounters. These tricks may prove useful in a team-up move against Thanos in the Infinity War.
It's you he's coming for, you know that?
Going back home. Wait, what? How is going back home a superpower, you might be asking yourself right now? Yet, despite how bizarre this one sounds, it's actually a power that the Hulk possesses. Once Banner injected himself with the serum, something happened besides the whole Hulk thing. It left him with a mark that's able to detect the origin of his first transformation and the dawn of the Hulk. There's so much gamma radiation left around the site in New Mexico where he underwent the test that the Hulk is able to track it much like a GPS. So what's the big deal that makes makes this tracking ability so useful? Well, the Hulk can sense home from far away, like next dimension far. When he's not in the 616 Marvel Universe, he's been able to sense his original point of origin and home in on it, smashing through dimensions to bring himself home. The concept gets even more complex, however, when the power is retconned a bit in Incredible Hulk number 460, explaining that thanks to space travel, Hulk is actually sensing his future self buried back on Earth. Apparently, when Banner dies, he's buried where the Hulk was born, so in a sense, home for the Hulk is himself, and he has to find himself to get home.
You babysit, I'll smash.
Space grade. We previously mentioned that the Hulk has the amazing ability to hold his breath for extended periods of time, allowing him to continue to function in places with little to no oxygen. This includes the ocean as well as outer space. But going into space presents more problems than just not having any oxygen to breathe. Any space wizard will tell you that there's plenty out there in the cosmos out to harm you. Astronauts aren't wearing all that gear just to breathe, after all. There are powerful radiations out in space, the impending doom of freezing to death, and the risk of space junk doing some serious damage. But all this doesn't apply to the Hulk. When it comes to space traveling, it takes a few powers working in tandem for Hulk to come out unscathed. First, his lungs allow him to carry on for a really long time without the need of oxygen. His regenerative powers thankfully keep him alive. Constantly being battered by the elements in space, Hulk's regeneration works overtime when out in the nothingness of space. Furthermore, he's actually able to adapt to the conditions of space, specifically being in a vacuum. So, while he may have a hard time landing a punch with no gravity, Hulk will be just fine if he decides Earth is too much for him. Well, that's it for today. Which Hulk superpower is your favorite? Which one do you think should get more attention on the big screen? Does the Hulk need all those extra powers, or is smashing good enough for you? Personally, we love Hulk being more than a smash monster. Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this added to your playlist. Thanks for watching.